warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to race preview on this Friday meeting here at Bangalore. As you kickstart the race preview of the first race coming up the Gulbarga Plate. Distance is 1200 horses rated 0 to 20. We start off with number 1, Arrogance, who ran 7th. Trigger was the one who was the eventual winner in this race, and Arrogance was almost in that same position and then ultimately finished on there itself. 7th out of 12 runners. Trigger was the winner, rated at 20. Swan Blinkers is number 1, Arrogance. Burden of Proof out of Dan's Delight is number 1, Arrogance. 2 will be Duty Call with number 3, Glorious Days, and number 5 also coming up. That's Dancing Princess are the 3 runners. We go across to Lovely Sierra was the surprise package on that day. But let's look at Duty Call's credential. Ended up finishing on 2 lengths behind the winner. In race number 22, Sporting Tungster Crossers Band rated at 18.3. Glorious Days in race number 22 finished on ending up in that mid-pack. After running 5th for most part of the journey, ended up in that mid-pack was Glorious Days. At a Sedgefield at a Slam Strike is Glorious Days and is rated at 16, whereas the other runner in this race is number 5, Dancing Princess. Finished on 4th on this occasion is Dancing Princess, rated at 15. Swan Blinkers and Tuck Strap is number 5. Dancing Forever out of Hunan is Dancing Princess. We have a look at number 4, Magnitude Queen. Late Shivalik Girl is Magnitude Queen. Rebuttal out of Hidden Way is Magnet Queen. Has had 2 outings in Mysore and both his runs are disappointing, finishing 13th on the first occasion and 11th behind Desert Gold. One Blinkers Tongue Strap rated at 16 is number 4, Magnitude Queen. 6 will be Music Divine and number 9, Classic Speed are the 2 runners. Let's have a look at Music Divine's credential. Being produced about 6 wide off the fence and ran 2nd behind She's Stylish, whereas Classic Speed finished on 3rd. Both these runners were making the run simultaneously, but let's have a look at Music Divine's credential. Ran 2nd, just about 1 3/4 lengths behind She's Stylish, who had taken on the running and ultimately emerged victorious as She's Stylish. But Music Divine came in far too late to end up finishing on 2nd, 1 3/4 lengths behind the winners. One Tongue Stop rated at 15. Number 9, Classic Speed, finished on 3rd on this outing is Classic Speed, rated at 8 is Swan Blinkers and Crossnose Band is Classic Speed. Roy Meritat of Triple Time. And 7 will be Proud Wish. Proud Wish finished 9th. Master of War, the winner, was in that back bunch was Proud Wish. Master of War was the eventual winner in this race. Almost last, in fact, is Proud Wish in race number 14 and eventually ended up finishing on 9th out of 11 runners being Master of War from Tongue Stop rated at 14. 8 will be Track Striker. Track Striker finished 6th. Lazilo was the winner of this race. Well, this horse was being produced and the wide outside was Track Striker, sporting that yellow cap and finished on ending up 6th on the sorting. Well, after the 3rd in one of the outings in Bangalore Summer in race number 39, his subsequent 3 outings have been disappointing, finishing on off the frame and all his 3 runs in his next 3 outings. One Blinkers Tongue Strap rated at 9. 10 will be Toronto. Toronto finished 5th. Fantastic App was the winner of this race, and Toronto was the one sporting that white cap. Well, starting to maneuver his way in between runners, and despite that, could only come and finish on 5th out of 12 runners behind Fantastic App is Toronto. New famous out of Abide Provence from Tongue Strap Basketball rated at 8 is number 10, Toronto. The second race is the Bugs Bunny Plate. Distance is 1100 for maiden horses 2 years old only. We have a look at the first runner will be Here and Now. Angie was the one. Annie was the one who was the winner of this race, and Here and Now in race number 30 finished on 2nd, and this is certainly a smashing performance on that day, whereas this horse Here and Now finished on only 2nd, and in fact a long way 2nd. Sami that of Lambensi is Here and Now in race number 30. The third race is the Division 2 of the Longchamp Plate. Handicap horses rated 15 to 35. We have a look at the first runner will be number 1, Stars in His Eyes, who ran 4th on the starting. This is the Mysore footage done you're looking at of Stars in His Eyes. Ran 4th on the starting, almost up there in front for most part of the journey. But eventually at the finishing stages could only finish on 4th on the start with a couple of horses flashing onto the scene, and the winner Ultimate Speed ran to eventually win by a margin of 4 1/4 lengths. One Blinkers Tongue Struck Crossnose Band rated at 20. 3 will be Concert Queen, who ran 8th. Auric Force was the winner of this race, and Concert Queen was in that mid-pack, sporting that pink cap. Given a couple of taps or so was Concert Queen, and eventually ended up finishing on 8th out of 8 runners beyond Auric Force. After that, 11th behind Silver Dew. One Tongue Struck Crossnose Band Hood Basketball rated at 22. 4 will be I Do What I Do. I Do What I Do was the one who ran fifth. Angelino was the winner of this race, and I Do What I Do was the one who was in that third position. Was I Do What I Do, and and ultimately ended up finishing on in that mid pack was I Do What I Do. Angelino was the one who wrapped up that race. Well, it's in a long way clear, but previously twice fourth is I Do What I Do. Dean Skitten out of Hawaiian Princess rated at 22. My Lexicon, who finished on fourth, Wings of Desire was the winner. Sporting that red cap was My Lexicon, and eventually ran fourth out of five runners is My Lexicon, net visit of Kabubina, and previously no form to go by. And in this occasion, out of the five runners, so the scurry distance ran fourth out of five runners. Wings of Desire, the winners, but Tungsta Crosses band rated at 22. 9 will be Another Rainbow. Another Rainbow ran fifth. Being produced on the wide outside was Another Rainbow, and in the colors of light green with black diamonds was Another Rainbow, and finished on ending up in that back bunch. In fact, finishing on fifth on this outing after 12 runners. Behind Spirituous. After that, fourth in his previous run behind Blue Moons from Blinkers Cosmos band rated at 21. 10 will be Desert Gold. Desert Gold ran eighth. Well up in that mid pack, and Zafrina was the one who ran sixth. Just one ahead of Desert Gold was Zafrina, but Desert Gold was a winner in Mysore, beating She's Stylish, and this run ran eighth out of 9 runners behind Alpha's one tongue stop side cheek piece rated 21. Zafrina was the one who ended up finishing on sixth on this outing as Zafrina towards the rail side. Rated at 19 from tongue stop and side cheek piece. Lord Admiral da Saloni is number 12. Zafrina. 11 will be Odyssey. Odyssey was the one in the colors of dark blue with green belt armband and dark blue cap as Odyssey. Mysore footage finished on 8th on the starting, although ridden out hard, but the response was none. Finished 5th on the first starting behind Domitia, but in this run ran 8th out of 9 runners behind Kasoli is Odyssey is out of Wind Legend out of Ray of Sunshines from tongue stop rated at 21 is number 11 Odyssey. Fourth race, the Madhugiri Plate, distance 1200, forces rated 30 to 50, 4 years old and over. We have a look at number 1, Sioni, who finished 8th, rare and bold as the winner of this race. So let's have a look at Sioni's credential. Was at 2 outings. Both his runs are disappointing in Mysore is Sioni, and finished on 8th on the starting, 8th out of 12 runners, rated at 48 from tongue stop and cross nose band. 2 will be opening act. Opening act finished 6th. Dr. Logan, the winner, race number 34 over that 7-furlong trip. And opening act was struggling out there in that back bunch, given a couple of taps or so, and eventually ran, ending up 6th out of 10 runners behind Dr. Logan's. From Tungsta Pacifier Blinkers, rated at 47, is number 2 opening act. 3 will be Rosebrook. Rosebrook ran second. Mint was the winner of this race, and Rosebrook is out of Stardon, out of Alhambra. As Rosebrook was a winner in Bangalore Summer, but in Mysore ran second out of 13 runners behind Mint. Fought out the issue with Mint and ultimately went down in a close fought finish. Head was the verdict between the first 2 runs for Blinkers, rated at 44. Well, 4 is Call Me Maybe. Call Me Maybe was in that back bunch and ran 11th out of 12 runners, just to beat one home in this race, where Setaglow was the winner of this race, and Call Me Maybe ended up finishing on 11th out of 12 runners for Blinkers tongue stop, rated at 43. 5 will be Grand Empire. Grand Empire ran 14th. Kangra was the winner. Alfred Noble out of Palpa's Grand Empire. This is another runner which ran in the 2000 Guineas and ran 9th behind Mauritania, and subsequently ran 14th out of 15 runners behind Kangra is Grand Empire in his subsequent outing, rated at 42 spotting hanging. But this is the summer run you're looking at of Grand Empire. 6 is Mariko. Mariko ran 9th. Queen Latifah was the winner of this race. Will be Mariko, finished on ninth on the sorting is Mariko. This is another runner which hasn't shown any semblance of form. Queen Latifah was the winner. In fact, a pretty bad run coming in from Mariko, way down the track, finishing on ninth out of 9 runners. After that, 11th out of 11 runners behind. Perfect legacy in his previous occasion. Ran ninth on the sorting, rated at 41 is number 6 Mariko. 7 will be Blue Jack, and number 9 coming up for scrutiny will be Panama. These are the two runners we hop on to. Blue Jack ran 8th. The Minerva Rose was the winner. Race number 12 is the one which is in question. And Panama was the one who was also up there in front of Minerva Rose. And this horse, Minerva Rose, won on this outing, whereas Panama ran 3rd on this outing, 3rd out of 11 runners over that sprint distance, rated at 39. Tungsta crosses band Abbasid at practically perfect. Blue Jack, on the other hand, ended up 8th out of 11 runners. 8th right throughout was Blue Jack. Chevalier out of La Magnitude, rated at 40. The winner being Minerva Rose. Previously ran 4th PN export quality is Blue Jack. 8 is Gratian Light. Gratian Light ran 5th. Castaway, the winner of this race, and Gratian Light being produced about 5 wide in that mid-pack was Gratian Light, and ended up eventually running 5th out of 13 runners behind Castaway. After that, 9th behind Lady Legend in his previous outing in race number 20. Finished on 5th on this outing, rated at 40. From Tungstep and Crossnose Band is number 8 Gratian Light. 10 is Pink Smile. Pink Smile ran 2nd. Is that of Dancing Forever. Out of Pink Chuchi is Pink Smile. Given a couple of backhanders, and the winner being Spirituous, who came in notched up this win, whereas Pink Smile ran 2nd, just about 1.25 lengths separating the first two runners, rated at 38 from Blinkers and Tongue Strap is number 10 Pink Smile. 11 will be Kasoli, who finished 8th. Is Kasoli. Wings of Desire was the winner of this race. Ended up finishing on 6th on the starting. Was a winner in his last starting in Mysore, but on this occasion ran 8th out of 14 runners been Wings of Desire. That's the form and credential in race number 52. So Tongue Strap rated at 36 is number 11 Kasoli. 12 will be Regency Girl. Regency Girl finished 6th. Princess Pride was the winner of this race. Had that lovely opening in between runners and could have come and finished on far more closer, but ran 6th out of 11 runners behind Princess Pride is Regency Girl. Charmot of Andisa is Regency Girl. Previously 13th behind Export Quality is Regency Girl. Small Blinkers Tungsta Crosses Band rated 33. The 5th race coming up with the running of the Stewards Trophy. This is a race for handicap for horses rated 60 and above. Distance run is 1200 meters. We have a look at the first runner coming up will be Life Awaits. And Krieger coming up for scrutiny. Well, let's have a look at the first runner, Life Awaits, who ran 4th out of 8 runners. Turf Star was the winner of this race. Well, up there in that 4th position, and Life Awaits could only come and finish on 4th on the start. He came into that fighting line for one part of time. When Tongue Stop rated at 77, whereas number 7 Krieger, well, ended up in that back bunch finishing on 7th out of 8 runners, just beat one home. When Tongue Stop rated at 66. Arizona out of Refresh is number 7 Krieger. 2 is Royal Serenity, and number 5 Mulholland are the two runners. Let's have a look at Royal Serenity's credential, who won a race in Mysore beating Mansitute, and subsequently ran 8th out of 8 runners behind Isn't She Lovely is Royal Serenity, rated at 76. One Tongue Strap is Royal Serenity. Arabian Gulf out of Royal Liverpool, whereas number 5 in the card, that's Mulholland, finished on 7th, just one ahead of Royal Serenity, rated at 69. One Tongue Strap is number 5 Mulholland. Malafkinta IR out of Never Ending is number 5 Mulholland. 3 is Sidewinder. Sidewinder finished 4th. Smile Stone was the winner of this race, and Sidewinder is out of Total Gallery of Desert Sunrise is Sidewinder, who was at 2 outings, 5th behind Turf Star, but on this occasion ran 4th out of 7 runners behind Smile Stone. That's the form and conditions for Tungsta Crosses Band, rated at 75 is number 3 Sidewinder. 4 is China One. China One ran 6th, been produced about 6-7 wide off the fence was China One, and this is the Mysore footage run you're looking at of China One. So slightly drifting out furthermore is China One, and eventually ended up finishing on 6th out of 10 runners behind Iris. After that, 4th behind Rum Runner in his previous occasion, rated at 70s from Tongue Stop and Crossnose Band. 6 is Gypsy. Gypsy ran 2nd. The winner being Star Cracker, and Gypsy was the one who came and eventually won on this occasion, whereas the Star Cracker could only In fact, Gypsy was the one who ran second on the starting, whereas Star Cracker now quickened at the all-important end to win by a margin of 3 lengths. And Gypsy ran second, lives to fight another day. When Tungstar Cross was banned, rated at 67. 8 will be Zafran. Zafran is the one is a missed it of Jack in the Cat is Zafran and finished on second, 1 3/4 lengths behind Dr. Logan is Zafran. Came in far too late, been produced on the outside, and eventually ended up finishing on 1 3/4 lengths behind the winner. Second, in fact, behind Dr. Logan's Tungster Cross was band rated at 66. 9 will be Diamond Race. The eventual winner in this race is Diamond Race. This is race number 99 of the Mysore season run. You're looking at Korea Queen was the one who ran second on the starting, but Diamond Race eventually ended up winning by a margin of 4 lengths. Tungster rated at 64 is number 9, Diamond Race. Queen Latifah was the eventual winner in this race. The widest of all, in fact, is Queen Latifah. After his previous win, beating Fair Warning, came and emerged victorious, beating Louisiana by a margin of a shorted, in fact, and came and flew in the last part, beating Louisiana in the last possible stride, rated at 62 tongue strap. Ungooglable is number 11 in the card. Now rated of Kaziza Star is Ungooglable, who ran 9th on the sorting is Ungooglable. Was at a couple of outings previously, ran 10th behind Ambitious Approach with 6th behind Breeze of the South and 9th out of 11 runners behind Iris. That's the form and credentials of Ungooglable. After that summer outing, running for the first time this winter is Ungooglable from Blinkers Tongue Stop rated at 60. The 6th race is the Ashoka Chakra Cup. Distance is 1800 for 3-year-old and over. We have the first runner coming up will be number 1 Booker Jones and number 5 is Ultimate Warrior. These are the two runners we go across to. Iris was the eventual winner in this race, and let's have a look at Booker Jones' credential. Booker Jones was the one who ran fifth out of 6 runners behind Iris. Is one tongue strap basket bet cross nose band rated at 90 is Booker Jones, whereas the other run in this race is Ultimate Warrior, ran second on the starting, second out of 8 runners behind Iris. From Blinkers tongue strap rated at 96 is number 6 Ultimate Warrior. Is out of Serious Spin out of Ariza is Ultimate Warrior. 2 will be Watch My Script, who ran third. This is the Pune run you're looking at. Rai is the one who eventually won in the starting, whereas Watch My Script, look at the way Watch My Script covered ground, and Rais came and eventually won by a margin of half a length, but Watch My Script literally flew in the last part to come and finish on third in this outing. After that win, beating Lady in Lace in his previous outing, rated at well, 3 will be Big Sir. Big Sir is the one. This is the Mysore run you're looking at. Big Sir beat Courage by a margin of 4 1/4 lengths on this occasion. Is Big Sir winning it quite comfortably after that twice fourth behind Royal Scepter and Big Art. Eventually ended up winning that race, rated at 94. 4 will be Shaman. Shaman ran fourth. Lady in Lace is the winner of this race. This is the Bangalore Summer run looking at. Second behind Your Royal Majesty. Third behind Lady in Lace. And fourth behind Lady in Lace is Shaman. One tongue struck cross nose band rated at 101. But in a proof for the satellite is number 4, Shaman. 6 is Corybantic. Corybantic ran third. Stainlight was the winner of this race, and Corybantic was the one well towards the rail side. Mysore run you're looking at. But this is another runner which won in his opening out, beating Buscadaro by a margin of 1 3/4 lengths. Subsequently ran sixth behind Salazar, and in this occasion, third out of 10 runners behind Stainlight is Corybantic. Pretty close finish. Just about neck and nose separate first 3 runners from Blinkers tongue stop rate 94. The 7th race is the Pratap Stud plate. Distance 1400, forces rated 45 to 65, and we have a look at the first runner. That's number 1, Good Time Indeed, and number 3, Attorney General. The winner being Star Cracker. Attorney General ran 7th on this outing, but Good Time Indeed ended up 9th out of 10 runners. Just beat 1 home this outing. Was a winner in Bangalore Summers from tongue stop rated at 61. Attorney General was the one who ran third behind Naval Rock in Mysore, but on this occasion, 7th out of 10 runners behind Star Cracker. Putting Blinkers, tongue strap, cross nose band rated at 58 is number 3, Attorney General. 2 is Blue Blazer. Blue Blazer is out of Green Coast, out of Streaking Senorita is Blue Blazer. Race number 5 is the one we are having a look at. Ran 5th on the sorting is Blue Blazer. Putting tongue strap rated at 59. Psychic Warrior comes up for scrutiny. Psychic Warrior and second, Ultimate Warrior, the winner. This is the Bangalore Winter Run race number 129 last winter. You're looking at our Psychic Warrior, who's had 3 outings and in this run ran second, 1 and 3/4 lengths behind Ultimate Warriors from Tungstar Basket Bedford, rated at 57, is number 4 Psychic Warrior. 5 will be Harley Quinn. Lord Admiral of Stormy Way is Harley Quinn. Ran 11th on the starting, 12th out of 12 runners being Erika Legend, and 11th out of 14 runners being Diamond Race. That's the form and credentials of Harley Quinn, rated at 56, putting cross nose band is number 5 Harley Quinn. 6 is Akka Tej. Akka Tej is out of Tariq, out of Sober Mind is Akka Tej, and ended up eventually finishing on 13th on the starting. In fact, way down the track was Akka Tej and ran last. In fact, Star ATM, the one who eventually won on this occasion, whereas this horse, Akka Tej, there you can see, in fact, completely out of the picture, in fact, is Akka Tej, and ended up last. In fact, way down the track was Akka Tej, rated at 54 for tongue strap. 7 will be Raw Gold. Raw Gold is the one we hop onto, is that of top class out of Cape Africa is Raw Gold. Raw Gold finished on second. Sadiq was the winner of this race, and Raw Gold was the one who was up there in front of Sadiq, who made his run on the outside, and Sadiq came and breezed past the front runner, whereas Raw Gold could only finish on second on the starting. Was a winner in his last starting, and fourth behind Black Wiz is Raw Gold in this occasion. Second behind Sadiq, rated at 53. 500 quarter lengths between the first two runners. Shades of Desire finished ninth. Dr. Logan was the winner, and Shades of Desire was literally struggling in that pack bunch for Shades of Desire. After that, third behind Star Cracker ran 9th out of 10 runners behind Dr. Logan, rated at 51. For Tongue Strap is number 8 Shades of Desire. Total Gallery out of Lake Ferry is number 8 Shades of Desire. 9 will be Lady Legend. Lady Legend was the eventual winner in this race, was Lady Legend. In that mid-pack was Lady Legend, and eventually came and fought out the issue for a brief while with War Hero, and then quickened well to win by a margin of 2 and 3/4 lengths from Tungster Crossnose Band, rated at 49, is number 9 Lady Legend. 10 is Full Bloom. The eventual winner in this race is Full Bloom. This horse made every post a winning one. After that, second behind Varkaswa came and emerged victorious to win by a margin of 2.5 lengths, beating Point to Prove is Full Blooms when tongue strap, rated at 47. A supported of Hatsuhana is number 10. Full Bloom. We move to the last race coming up, the Division 1 of the Longchamp Plate. Handicap horses rated 15 to 35, and distance run is 1100 meters. One will be Birchwood. Birchwood is the one who ran fourth. After that, 10th being Setaglow in his previous outing. Led the field for most part of the journey and finished on fourth out of 11 runners behind Raven Star is Birchwood, rated at 35. For tongue strap is number 1 Birchwood. 2 will be Barog, and number 10 also coming up for scrutiny will be Indian Fury. These are the two runners we go across. Let's have a look at Barog's credential. Barog was in that back bunch, finishing 9th. The Spirituous, the winner. Indian Fury, on the other hand, was in that mid-pack and finished on 11th on the starting is Indian Fury. But let's have a look at Barog's credential, who ran 7th behind Mint, with 8th behind Varkaswa, and 9th out of 12 runners behind Spirituous. That's the form and credentials of Barog's one tongue strap, rated at 32. Whereas number 10 in the card, Indian Fury, finished 11th. After that, 7th behind Supernormal, and 8th behind Intrepid Warrior and Mysore, finished 11th out of 12 runners behind Spirituous, putting Crossnose Band, rated at 23, is number 10 Indian Fury. Chevalier out of Southern Star. 3 will be Yervazan. Yervazan ran third. This horse has been pretty consistent in his last two outings. Ran third behind Trigger and third behind Wonder Blaze is Yervazan. Previously 7th behind Real Limbs of Fantasy is Yervazan in his previous runs, but in this Bangalore summer run, twice third, rated at 20 cents from Tungster Basketball. Turf Spirit was the eventual winner in this race. Race number 63, Mysore run, you're looking at, of Turf Spirit, literally came and won by a closest of margin, in fact neck, with the verdict between the first two runners. Shaktiman running second was a surprise package on that day, was Turf Spirit, rated at 26. 5 is Varsha. Varsha ran 8th. Ramon, the winner of this race, and Varsha given a tap also, putting that white cap on the top of your screen, and Varsha ran 8th out of 10 runners. Ramon, the winners, one Tungsten crosses band rated at 26. 9 will be first step. First step ran 9th, the Raven Star, the winner of this race, and first step was the one. The Nadrana, which was in that pack bunch, was the first step. Is that of Ivory Touch out of Simran is in first step, finished 9th out of 12 runners. After that, 11th being Carazano in Mysore, finished 9th out of 12 runners, being Raven Star, Hood, Sporting Hood rated at 24. 11 is Tough Support. Tough Support finished 11th. Damisha was the winner of this race. This is the Mysore run you're looking at of Tough Support. After that, 12th on the first starting in Bangalore Summer being Psychic Force, and 12th being Castaway, 13th being Evendor. In this occasion, in Mysore, in his lone outing land, 11th out of 12 runners being Damisha. That's the form and credentials. No form to go by at all with Tough Supportsman. Tungsten Sidekick Pace rated at 23. And the last runner for the day will be Bond of Trust. Bond of Trust, and 11th was 5th at the stage. Blue Moon was the winner of this race. Race number 15, you go across to where Bond of Trust, the Samid of Vignalature Rose finished 11th out of 12 runners, just beat one home in this race. And Blue Moon was the eventual winner. 8th being Charmaine, and 6th being Subaka Tara in his previous outings, rated at 22. So that's on the preview of today's races. We'll join you next week for the second classic of the Bangalore winter racing season. Until then, thank you from all of us.